public stockholding program.
Senior economist also joins us now. Dr. Kohli, what do you read into this statement by the Commerce Minister and its implications?
Well, good morning, Uday, and good morning to the viewers of NewsX. As this is the continuation of India's very, very bold and authoritative stance on issues which relate to the country, I think we see continuance of that. Because Mr. Sunil Bharadwaj, the Secretary of the Commerce Ministry, has very categorically stated that developed nations are trying to masquerade, environment issues with WTO policies. So there are two different issues, and I think with 160 plus countries participating, I think the developed nations have to realize that they cannot take unilateral decisions on environment issues while trying to cancel out or restrict WTO policy deals. Well, WTO is a platform for universal trade across the world, a universal policy making with all countries sign up. So in the garb of, environment issues, you can't do it. Second issue which came up in this Abu Dhabi convention is that, you're trying to bring in MSMEs issues into WTO, where MSME, as far as international platforms are concerned, there are separate platforms for addressing MSME issues. When I was reading through the minutes, I found that MSME issues are being discussed out there. And third, and a very crucial aspect of that, which I would like to mention here, apart from public stock holding, is the subsidies. And this is a matter of sheer coincidence that this convention is happening at the time when the farmers protest. One of the farmers' demands is to India to get out of WTO because it wants no curb on subsidies, so more subsidies can come to them. Well, I think it has to be a balance, and whereas India is very categorical about its stance in WTO, that for our own domestic interests, for our own domestic trade and commerce, we need to have subsidies wherever we need to have, for example, fertilizers. At the same time, we cannot agree to WTO stance of that to remove all the subsidies. So I think I'm sure the farmers, if they can read this message, and if they're listening to me and you right now, they would be able to get the message that the government is actually speaking in this favor. The government very categorically said that we can't do away with the subsidies as WTO demands. So I think we are seeing very bold, as I said, a very bold and authoritative stance of the government of India. It does not succumb to those, developed nations snubbing tactics or, bullying tactics. And I think WTO will sooner or later realize that India has become a very, very strong force, and no developed nation can have its way as it used to be earlier today.
Dr. Kohli, thank you for joining us with your perspective on that story. On that note, it's time for a very short break. Akshit, thanks also who joined us earlier.